Justine Greening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I will be supporting the government today. This is absolutely no time for a self-serving general election called by the Labour Party, when what the British public need this House to do is now focus our efforts on finding a route through on Brexit. The challenge on Brexit is not about whether it's Labour or Conservative. The challenge is precisely that Brexit is above party politics. And that's one of the principal reasons why this House has had so many challenges in finding a route through that people can coalesce behind. And actually, I think it comes on the back of a British electorate that has steadily grown more and more tired of some of the dysfunctional party politics that they see taking place in our country, and a party politics that too often prioritises short-term press release politics, playing to its core base, irrespective of whether that reflects where the British public are at, instead of being able to work across party if necessary to take the long-term decisions that actually deliver on the ground for the British people and for future generations. And I may have had my criticisms about my own government and its strategy on Brexit. I think it was wrong to disenfranchise the 48% and then tactically inept to disenfranchise the 52% by not delivering the Brexit that they clearly felt they were voting for. But the reality is, all we've seen equally from the opposition across the Green benches is absolutely, as one of their own said yesterday, dither and delay. And I think many people, when they look back on this time in our history, will feel like it was actually both front benches that failed to rise to the challenge of delivering on Brexit and a route forward. The reality we all have to understand is that party politics won't solve Brexit. And in fact, every single minute that we spend in this chamber today debating whether or not we should have a party political general election is a minute lost when we could have been talking about what kind of a consensus there is in this House for some sort of route forward on Brexit. And all the time, the clock is ticking down. I think the big question we all have to ask and answer is, how do we chart a route through as a Parliament through this now? What I would say to the front bench and the Prime Minister in particular is that this is not her Brexit process. The process on Brexit belongs to all of us. It belongs to our communities, and we have to now work together to find a path forward. And that means two clear things. First of all, it is now imperative that the Prime Minister doesn't just talk to the House and to parties. She listens to what MPs are saying, but it needs to go beyond that. She simply needs to allow this House to have a vote on the clear different options we have ahead of us, in the way we were able to have a meaningful vote last night on her deal. That is how you ultimately find out if there is a consensus for anything. There are many members in this House who clearly feel that delivering on Brexit, if necessary, now means we should depart with no deal. We should have a proper vote on that to test the will of the House. There are other members who feel that a different version of soft Brexit, they may call it Norway Common Market 2.0, that is now the route forward that we could find consensus on. The House should be allowed to vote on that, and we should find out. Talks will not ultimately clarify this, but they will risk wasting time that we simply don't have. And I believe that in the end, if it turns out that there is gridlock in this place, and that, very much like the British public, it is hard to coalesce around one route that we can actually vote for in this House, then I think we do have to go back to people and ask them, but not in the form of party politics and an election that doesn't fundamentally deliver, but ask them the question that we need an answer to, which is, which of these three routes forward do they want? Do they want the Prime Minister's deal? It may be that this House did get it wrong and the people want that deal, in which they should be able to vote it through. Do they want to have a hard Brexit, getting on with it, leaving on WTO terms? If that's what they want, they should be able to have that. Or do they think the existing deal is the best one that we've got. We don't know. This House won't find a route forward, and therefore we should allow them their say and have confidence to do that.